Hey guys, so tonight I wanted to hop on Facebook Live and just show you guys how to make do-it-yourself natural sunscreen, um, and just share with you guys why the commercial sunscreen that is on the market today is so bad for your health. You go to the stores and you have a wide variety of sunscreens and rapid tanning intensifiers and tanning lotions and things like that. You have a wide variety of those things to choose from. And if you flip those over on the back and you actually read the ingredients, then you will find, if you do your own research, which I highly recommend that you do, you will find, if you research those ingredients on the back of those items, that they are extremely toxic for you, and it is filled with different chemicals. So just before we go into how to make the do-it-yourself sunscreen tonight, I just want to go over a few things to look out for, especially whenever you are considering purchasing your sunscreen or your tanning lotion. So one of the biggest things that you need to be on the lookout for is when you flip it over and you're reading the ingredients. This one I picked up at Walmart probably a couple years ago, and as I was preparing to do this live, I actually went out and found that I still had these couple of things in our beach bag. So these will be tossed out after this live, but just for kind of like a show and tell. So if you flip it over on the back, one of the first things that stands out to me is the word fragrance. And I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but fragrance is listed on the back. And fragrance, I don't know if you guys know this or not, if you have watched the movie Stink on Netflix, it's a documentary, then you will know what I'm talking about. Fragrance has no, companies can put the word fragrance on the back of any product that they sell, and not have to tell you what is in that particular word. So they can say that it's got fragrance in it, but that fragrance could be made up of tons, hundreds of different chemicals, because there is no governing body in the United States that tells these companies that they have to specifically tell us what chemicals they are using to make up the word fragrance, whatever that is in the product. There's no governing body over that, so they don't have to tell us. And also, for all companies, it is proprietary. So that means that it's a secret. It's their company's secret, and they don't have to tell you what's in it. So that's concerning, because you want to know what's in the product that you're buying. And we know just from research that if it says the word fragrance, that it could mean up to hundreds of chemicals just in that one word, if it's found on your product. So that is very alarming and very concerning. In this particular one, the word fragrance is on the back, so we won't be using this. So that's the number one thing that you need to look out for. And a lot of the sunscreen tanning lotion companies will have that on it. As a matter of fact, this one says on it, #1 fragrance. And if you look on the back, there are a whole ton of ingredients on the back that are super toxic. One of the ones that you also need to be on the lookout for is the chemical called oxybenzone, and it has been researched and known to be a hormone disruptor that is not recommended for the use of children. So, guys, I mean, that is a no-brainer, really. We don't want to be putting this stuff on our kids and on our bodies, because it goes into our cells, it goes into our body, and it disrupts the normal hormone process that our body is supposed to be functioning at. So that is the concern with these chemicals that are found in these products. Actually, many sunscreens contain toxic ingredients or endocrine disrupting chemicals. that in many cases can actually promote the growth of free radical production in the body, and we all know what that means. Research has said that since sunscreen began, since they started making sunscreen, that the rates have actually risen of such cases where it has caused health concerns from using it. So the option, the alternative to that, is for us to make our own do-it-yourself sunscreen with all natural products. And so that's what we as a family have chosen to do. So I'm going to be making that tonight, and then it won't be fully ready by the end of the evening because it does have to set. But just I will show you guys what the process is and go over how to make it. And then I will put in the comments under this video the instructions and the ingredients that you will need, even though we will go over that tonight. So now that we've talked about the dangers of sunscreen, the commercial kind, let's go into how to make it. So let me get to that. Alright, so the ingredients that you will need, and I will post this in the comments below after the video is over, but you will need, in this particular recipe, you will need almond oil. You'll need a half a cup of almond oil, and I actually got this on Amazon. So a half a cup of that. You'll need a fourth a cup of coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. That is what is in this bottle here. I peeled the label off, but it is coconut oil. You will need a fourth cup of beeswax. I got a pretty large bag of beeswax because other recipes do call for it. So I got that. You'll need beeswax. You will also need 2 tablespoons of zinc oxide. So I got this on Amazon as well. And it is used in a lot of do-it-yourself lotions and sunscreens and things like that. And then some of the optional items that you will need, you can also put shea butter in this recipe, so I am going to add that tonight. This is organic shea butter. I did find this on Amazon as well. And then we will need something to give us the fragrance that we want. And in this case, I chose lavender essential oil. And I do use Young Living essential oils because they are the purest. And so we are going to be using lavender essential oil in this recipe for a lot of reasons. The first one I chose lavender is because it is excellent for your skin. And it's also great for relaxing and calming you. But in this sense, we want something that is going to be great for your skin as well, since we are going to be applying it on our skin. But if you've done your research, you know also that lavender is excellent if you actually are sunburned. So you can apply lavender essential oil with your coconut oil and rub it on your skin, and it will soothe a sunburn very quickly. We used it probably, well, when we went on our cruise, we got sunburn and we applied that each night, and it soothed it, and the next morning it had lessened. So lavender essential oil is excellent for sunburn. I would recommend that to you. So those are the ingredients that we will use. And so just to get started on how to make it, the first thing that you want to do is you want to combine all of the ingredients except for the zinc oxide, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a big mason jar, and we are going to combine all of the ingredients in this mason jar. While we're combining these ingredients, on the stove here, I have a medium saucepan going on medium heat, and it is heating up because we're going to need to melt the beeswax slowly until it has melted fully, and then we'll take it off of the heat. Now, this is a process, but anything that you do that's going to benefit your health is worth it. So don't get discouraged. Don't think that, oh, I don't have time, because you are worth it. You are worth living chemical free. So here we go. All right, we're going to combine all the ingredients together in the mason jar. So we're going to combine 1/2 cup of almond oil. So let's do this. So 1/2 cup. All right. So here's the 1/2 cup, and we're going to do 1/2 cup of this. And this is going to make a lot, so this will last you a very, very long time. So we're going to put 1/2 cup of the almond oil in the big mason jar. Alright, now we're going to put 1/4 cup of coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. So here's the 1/4 cup, and we're going to put 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Alright, then we're going to do 1/4 cup of beeswax, and that is in this bag. So we have 1/4 cup of the beeswax, and it looks like candle wax, pretty cool. Alright. 1/4 cup of the beeswax in there. And then we're going to do the lavender essential oil. So I'm going to say put 10 drops of lavender essential oil in this recipe. So in this recipe, you're actually getting your sunscreen as well as sunburn relief because of the lavender. It will kind of do both for you at the same time, so it's really great recipe. Alright, so what we're going to do is place this in the pan. What you do is you fill up about 2 inches of water in the pot and put it on medium heat, and then let this melt. So I hope that you can see this. So we're going to place that in the water and let the beeswax melt and heat up. And then you just stir it as it's melting, which it should do pretty quickly because this water's pretty hot. And then one other thing that I forgot to add is the 2 tablespoons of shea butter, because that's optional. You don't have to put that in there, but I am choosing to because I have it. So that's 2 tablespoons. So 2 tablespoons of shea butter. And when we get done with this is going to be a sunscreen recipe that you actually can't put in a spray bottle. It's a little too thick for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to add it in just a regular little container like this. But you can still carry it around with you, and it'll be just fine. So as this is melting, you're supposed to stir it up and let all that melt. Alright, so as that is melting, do you guys have any questions? Because it might take a few minutes for it to melt. You guys can just comment if you have any questions about anything. You can just ask me while we're sitting here waiting. What kind of sunscreen do you guys use? Do you guys use the chemical-laden stuff, the commercial kind? I know that I did up until, well, just this year, because I didn't realize but you can make do-it-yourself sunscreen. Once it melts, and it all melts, you let it set overnight, and it will have a thicker consistency. So this is just a little process that we have to go through for the beeswax to melt. Please, 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 just be careful about the products that you're buying, and give this a try. Give this do-it-yourself sunscreen recipe a try, because it is much, much better for you. You're using pure therapeutic grade essential oils, which are great for you anyway, and you just have the confidence in knowing that you're using a safe product. So I'm going to let this continue to melt, and then in the morning I will post a after picture of what it looks like when it is completed. So it will be put in this little jar, and we will use this anytime we are out in the sun and we need a sunscreen. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you would, please share this video and comment shared. If you share the video with your friends, please let me know, and I would really, really appreciate it. I would love for as many people as possible to live chemical free, because it is just so, so good for you. And I want you guys to be safe. So I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all later.